All right, just getting my thoughts out there just for me, really. So we have this morning, the United States is now in conducting military strikes in Iran. This has been talked about for weeks and weeks, and now we're actually doing strikes along with Israel against Iran. So me, the number one question I ask is why? Why are we doing this? So let's think about this. This has been advertised as a preemptive strike. Preemptive strike. In other words, no attempt is made to attack any Americans. No Americans have been attacked, but yet we're going to still attack that country. Very similar to what happened in 2003 when we went into Iraq. Preemptive strike. At least then, during 2003, we had a pseudo reason to go in, and we actually tried to convince people to be on our side with the weapons of mass destruction that we said that Iraq had, which they didn't. Now we're just going to say, oh, preemptive strike, let's do it. But I don't know. Let's see what does this guy have to say about it.
The States military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people.
Oh, the terrible people. Okay. And you're not? So we're protecting the American people from the terrible people in the Iranian regime. There's no specifics here.
These menacing activities directly endanger the United States, our troops, our bases overseas, and our allies throughout the world.
They recklessly endanger our troops. Again, no attack has been made. The only time Iran has attacked a U.S. base was after they have been attacked by us.
For 47 years, the Iranian regime has chanted death to America and waged an unending campaign of bloodshed and mass murder, targeting the United States, our troops, and the innocent people in many, many countries.
They do say death to America, but that's not really a cause for war.
Among the regime's very first acts was to back a violent takeover of the U.S. Embassy in Tehran, holding dozens of American hostages for 444 days.
The embassy in Iran, holding people hostages. Dude, that happened during Carter. You're talking about something that happened like over 40 years ago.
In 1983, Iran's proxies carried out the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut that killed 241 American military personnel.
Sure. I guess we should go back in time.
In 2000, they knew.
I guess we should go back in time and attack them for that. This is old stuff.
When we're probably involved with the attack on the USS Cole, as well as U.S. naval and commercial vessels and international shipping lanes. It's been mass terror, and we're not going to put up with it any longer.
Terror.
From Lebanon to Yemen.
Mass terror. He even says it like Bush said it. Terror. This is
from
like
Lebanon
Bush
to Yemen and Syria to Iraq, the regime has armed, trained, and funded terrorist militias that have soaked the earth with blood and guts.
How about
and it was Iran's proxy, Hamas, that launched the monster. My administration, that this terrorist regime can never have a nuclear weapon. I'll say it again. They can never have a nuclear weapon.
They've said that they do not ever want a nuclear weapon, and they want nuclear technology for their power, for their civilians, for their people. So this is a negotiation. It's not time for an attack, Mr. Negotiator.
That is why in Operation Midnight Hammer last June, we obliterated the regime's nuclear program at Fordow, Natanz.
So you obliterated their nuclear program, but so then why are we striking them?
Continue developing long-range missiles that can now threaten our very good friends and allies in Europe, our troops stationed overseas.
It's well known that Iran only has short-range ballistic missiles, medium-range possibly too. They don't have any long-range ballistic missiles.
And could soon reach.
We're going to obliterate them again after we just obliterated them last year. We obliterated them so hard that they're able to get their nuclear program back up to where it was in a year, that does not make any sense.
Does not obtain a nuclear weapon. It's a very simple message. They will never have a nuclear weapon.
They said they don't want
This
one.
regime will soon build and rebuild our military in my first administration, and there is no military on earth even close to it.
He built the military, then rebuilt it, so it was destroyed before he got it in 2016, and he rebuilt it, and then it was going bad again. Now he rebuilt it again. Or maybe it just was always the world's most powerful military, and it still is, and he's just, well, lying. Lies, lies, lies. A lying liar who lies. That's this man. He lies like he speaks. The reason that we're doing this in Iran is because he needs something to distract. Because everyone's talking about him and his best friend for over 15 years, Jeffrey Epstein. He wants to distract the United States population against that. And as a United States citizen, I say why. I say I don't want my tax dollars going to a war that just is only purpose is to prevent people from talking about something that this president doesn't want to talk about. So that's pretty much it. We're going to war because the president has a known associate of Jeffrey Epstein and probably did some really bad things that the Department of Justice is covering up, not letting us see. That's it. Pretty simple.